All right, all right. Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right, so Libras, let's go ahead and we are going to kind of choose the next inspirational image out of this backdrop of London that is behind me. And we're going to take a look at Big Ben. So we're going to look at timing, all right? That gigantic clock tower, pretty lovely. And definitely it's like, are the bells chiming? What is the right time for whatever action it may be for Libra to take? We have got a Queen of Cups and we got a Six of Swords. And we see this little Volkswagen bug that's just like little bat out of hell, just taking off down the road, just heading out into whatever the future may look like. This is also very much like a dreamscape. Like I'm imagining all my wildest dreams coming true. I feel like this is a time for Libra to just totally start manifesting the heck out of whatever their wishes, dreams, and goals are. This could be somebody who's like, you know what, I was doing this, I had my life set, I, was gonna, go and do whatever I thought was best. But honestly, I'm going to follow dreams instead. It's the right time for me to follow my dreams. This could be somebody who's like, I've always wanted to take a little drive. Why don't I do that this weekend instead of, telling myself, no, I should stay home and clean out the garage. No, I need a little baby getaway. Maybe I just need to drive, to another town, or I need to go drive someplace and take a good hike, or I need to go to some beautiful mountain vista. Why don't I let myself do that? Or it could be something bigger. This could be somebody who's like, hey, why don't I take a gap year and not immediately jump into a college training course at the moment? Or why don't I, if I've always wanted to go and do something different in my life? This could be somebody who's older, more mature age, and they're like, you know what, my whole life I've dreamed of seeing the dolphins, so what the heck am I doing living in the desert? I'm going to pursue my dream of being where the dolphins are. Whatever this is, it's just, it's a time to realize dreams, is what it says for this particular fictional character. I want to realize my dreams. Knight of Swords, and I want to really get moving fast. This is like somebody's creative mind is just on fire. I could see this being a very like prosperous and progressive time for Libra. I could see them doing things like filling their days and nights. Like they could have like endless bountiful energy right now. They're with the Hierophant. It says that this Libra is operating off of their higher self right now. So the things that they most want to do that would make their life better, that would make aspects of their life or personality blossom. Our higher self is not going to encourage us to do things like, oh, I'm going to go out and spend all my money and destroy my life just because I've always wanted to be wild. Like that's not going to be the kind of stuff that one's higher self is going to guide us to do, right? Taking a little trip, doing things that are making our wishes, hopes, and dreams be something that we pursue. That I could see how that would fit into the higher self. Now, bear in mind, it comes with that caveat that it would be things that would blossom. It would not be, well, my hopes, wishes, and dreams are to create drama and, negative consequences. That our higher self is not going to be like, cool, you should go do that. Right. So all of this is going to be governed by a profound sense of like, I know what I'm meant for. I know what gifts I possess. I know what kinds of talents I have. I know what I'm meant for. Why don't I start? Or I know where I feel like I want to be. I keep thinking this is about like a geographical location where Libra wants to go and experience something. They feel called to a place. They feel like I got to go somewhere. Um, for like a spiritual gift, I also just wanted to take a look at that and see what is like developing in Libra right now. And it's spiritual adornment. Our character may be being called to explore creating talismans, jewelry, and other spiritual pieces for enlightenment and protection. I could see this Libra like going off into, like taking a little drive someplace in the desert and like seeking particular rocks or particular, pieces of, plant life, whether to like photograph it and then turn that image into, a keychain, or whether to actually pick up, a piece of something and turn that into a piece of jewelry, going on a fossil dig someplace, there are places where, you can pay and you can go and do your own like fossil dig. And I could see like Libra doing something like that. Like I'm very spiritually drawn to a place because I need something from that place. And that is part of my journey. It's part of like a multi-step process of me pursuing these hopes, wishes, and dreams that I've had. I feel like Libra could be about to take some trips, but the trips are going to be uniquely specific to where Libra needs to go to fulfill. Like, okay, I'll use myself as an example. At one point in time, I was like, I need to go see Texas. Don't know why. I'd never been really, I'm a West Coaster, born and raised. So I've only ever known the West Coast of the United States, right? And I just got this wild hair that I had to go see Texas. I think I just want to see a place that was so different, someplace, that was flat and wide open, whereas I've only ever known if you know the Pacific, coast, that we're very mountainous. And so I want to see something vastly different. And I just took off and I went and I took a drive, and it wasn't a reason. It was just something I needed to go see, something I needed to go find. And I never made it to Texas. I fell in love with Arizona, some of New Mexico, but the Red Rock area in Arizona, so magnificent. And then I returned to it later, of course. And I, to this day, I have such amazing memories. That is something that, once in a while you just get this urge where you got to go. And sometimes when you follow some kind of like desire to go see something, maybe it connects you to the earth, or maybe it opens up your mind somehow, or maybe it just rounds out your own life's energy a little bit to understanding yourself a little bit better, or the world around you a little bit better. Whatever it is for this Libra, this feels very much like a personal journey that it's like just time for them to acknowledge what is their higher self really made of. And this could be a Libra who could be very much leaning towards shamanism. They may be on a vision quest. They may, at some point in the not too distant future, they may wind up feeling very connected. Maybe their spirit animal is going to turn out to be the bear. That could denote a lot of wisdom. But all of this just says, when we couple it with a spiritual adornment card, it is very possible that Libra is going to be inspired to take one action that then will further inspire them to do something else, like become a shaman, become somebody who maybe they open a business for, spiritual gifts and things, art that they create. It doesn't have to be something as specific as that. It's whatever is on the path for this Libra, the things they've always dreamed of doing, the things they've always wanted to explore, the things that matter to them. I love the fact that it's just this great energy of like, I need to go places right now, or I need to honor the fact that I have this need to move on from a past chapter of my life and embrace the next chapter and my skills and my talents that are currently like developing. I think our Libra is in a place of change. We have a 9 of Wands in the reverse. We have the Strength card upright. And again, power animal. We have the Jaguar. Our Libra could have a connection possibly to like somewhere in the Amazonian, or like South American continent, perhaps, just because that Jaguar I always think of as being more associated as a power animal from, the kind of like the southern, I guess, Central America, Southern South America as well. But we've got a really nice energy of I'm healed. And there's all this kind of, we see the crisscross of kind of some of the sacred geometry, almost a little hint of the flower of life behind Libra on this card. And if their energy is like, I'm feeling more empowered, I'm feeling stronger, the more I gravitate toward the hopes, wishes, dreams, and goals, the more I move away from who I used to be and fully embrace who I'm becoming. And it's a more spiritual version of me. And it's a version of me that listens to my intuition. And I kind of go places that I feel called to go. And I, create things, and even, the things that I wear, the jewelries, the whatever things that I do, all of those things fit into who I am and my personal power that is emerging. All of this feels more like I said, more like a Libra that is finding their true self, and they're in this place of expansion right now, than a love story. And we have the Devil. Did Libra never feel like they were permitted to just like step into their spiritualism before, and this is them being able to do that now? And it's because with that Devil and somebody who's in like a bird cage, I'm thinking Libra is about to become very unapologetically themselves. If they are someone who wasn't permitted to acknowledge what an empath they were, they're fully embracing it now. If they were someone who, sometimes we come from families that are like absolutely not like in the same mindset or same belief system as us. And it takes us, maturing and growing and sometimes suppressing who we really are until finally one day we go, no, actually, I'm okay expressing who I am, whether or not I'll be accepted for it. It just feels like this is a deeply spiritual, deeply gifted Libra who is able to now gravitate that way. And it's like, they're becoming more powerful every time they lean into this version of themselves. We have a Four of Pentacles also. This has been like stored up in them, kind of like they're a little supercharged battery pack right now. This is, yes, Libra has held back some of this like life pursuit, but it's okay because all it's done is made them more flexible, more powerful, and like I say, more like a battery pack that's all juiced up, ready to rock and roll. I kind of think that this is going to be the best next chapter of our Libra's life. This is so exciting. This is them, in this energy of, we have a Two of Wands, talk about powering up energetically. You notice that we have that capstone on the pyramid that is kind of like a conduit of energy, either coming from the cosmos to the earth or projecting, from oneself up to the cosmos. And we have Libra's head like right underneath it. They're standing with two ankhs, right? Two different life paths. Libra's going to have a big choice to make. They've already made the first choice, right? The first choice is, you know what? I'm going to let myself totally embrace my hopes, wishes, dreams. I'm going to go ahead and embrace my spirituality. I'm totally opening up my crown chakra. I'm totally embracing the fact that I'm a shaman. I'm embracing the fact that I'm much more spiritually attuned. I maybe have way more spiritual gifts than I ever allowed myself to acknowledge. I am breaking free of other people's confines that they put around me, and I'm totally embracing my power animals, and I feel healed, and I feel very revved up, and I feel like I've held on to this moment for a really long time, and it's just now the moment where I'm realizing I'm standing at this precipice where who I was is not who I'm going to be anymore, but which of these two action paths do I take moving forward? Libra, it's not about Libra becoming like, okay, I've become this more spiritual person, and now who do I have to evolve into after that? It's more like, now that I am this more spiritual person, I acknowledge that I've always been. Now what do I do with this? Because there's two different actions Libra could take, and they are at a crossroads here, but a really good one. But it's kind of like they're still pausing, asking for guidance. They may be choosing to go down the road of badassery. I only say that because we got this this Queen of Pentacles is like, she's got her aviators on. She is flying around the world. She's in her black leather jacket. This could be that our Libra says, who do I want to be, or what path do I want to take? I want to take the path where I spend my money where I want to. Maybe I want to spend it traveling. Maybe I want to just speak up in a way I never have before. Maybe I want to get really grounded and invest myself in things that I care about. But normally a Queen of Pentacles is like, putting down roots. This is somebody who is flying, and she's in an airplane right now. This could also be somebody that Libra wants to go toward. This could be like, honestly, I've always wanted to be with this Queen of Pentacles. This is a person I've loved, and I never let myself choose them before. By the way, this could be same-sex couple, reverse gender roles, doesn't matter. This could also be about business. I've always wanted to strike out and start my own business, do my own thing, be the CEO of my own company, however big or small it may be. I've always wanted to do this. Oh, Seven of Wands. It's something I've always wanted to say. It always felt like it was the forbidden fruit or the boundary. But who the hell gets to tell me where a boundary is? I don't have to listen to other people's boundaries that they put on me. I can be as successful as I want, or I can love the person that I want to love. This is one half. Like if Libra says, even if it feels like there were obstacles, if this is what I want, I have every right to choose it. That alone to me is like this Libra having this huge breath of fresh air. I get to pick. You're not the boss of me. I feel like that is the mantra right now. Nobody is the boss of this Libra. Libra is the boss of this Libra. Let's look at the other path, right? Because that Two of Wands showed us two different life paths. What's the other life path possibly? one of like quest and exploration, not knowing what comes next. So basically, Libra has, in this more spiritual, embracing of who they truly are, in them moving forward and truly claiming their identity and recognizing I have choices to make. One is, do I go and explore the unknown? And this is, all these alchemical symbols are in these cups. So this could be somebody saying, I'm going to be even way more spiritual and I'm really going to dedicate myself to like a spiritual quest. Or am I going to go after a more tangible quest, whether this is to build a business or to have that lover that Libra has wanted? It does feel like Libra is saying, which am I ready for? Let me get one more card on that 7 of Cups. That other path is, the Strength card. Again, it's like, do I go out and I find, trial and error and figure out, how I may morph and change depending on what more I learn? Do I test myself? Do I try to figure out how confident I am by, seeking other spiritual practices? Or do I go to something that I already know I want, have always wanted, but have previously said it, I felt like I was blocked from it? Which path do I want? I'm not saying this is an easier path per se, but there's the known and then there's the great unknown. Either way is going to require Libra to be very brave, but they're at a moment in time where they get to pick. I mean, everybody always is at a moment in time in their life where they get to pick what they want, right? Because again, nobody's the boss of us. We is the boss of us. We get to choose for ourselves. But I still say that this is Libra like totally cracking open the fact that they've always been way more spiritual. Maybe they've always been a shaman. Maybe they've always been that empath. Maybe they've always needed to just fully embrace this about themselves. And the fact that they're doing it now, that is then cracking open new options for themselves that were always there, but they just didn't see it before. Let's actually take a look at a chakra deck. Given the current energy that Libra is in, let's just say, what's their heart of hearts want, or what chakra is most activated right now when they think about making a choice? Okay, the house of willpower. Very good. I love that because it gives them back, again, the free will. I pick who I want to connect to. So this will be a choice that Libra makes, not out of like, oh, well, this is the better choice. You know how Libra is the Libra scales, and sometimes they can see both sides of things to such an extent that they sometimes don't choose fairly for themselves because they want to make it really fair and balanced for everybody else. This is one of those stories that would switch that and perhaps allow Libra to say, wait a second, I'm going to pick what I really want. I'm going to pick what I really need. I'm going to go ahead and this is my will. Not thy will be done, my will be done. And we have the Hierophant, that third eye chakra. So what do I really want? What have I always known that I wanted? Again, we've had the Hierophant once. We have it again now. There could be a Taurus that is really important. There could be a love story that Libra has never allowed themselves to just totally embrace. I'm wondering if Libra never married a person that they truly wanted. They could have been married and not to the right person. They maybe let other people kind of push and say, this is who you should be married to. And maybe they never let themselves really advocate for something as important as that. Like, who do I see as my true divine partner? And this Libra could either have somebody in mind, or they are just saying that's genuinely what I would want. I know what I know. I know who I'm meant to be with, or I'll know who I'm meant to be with when I find them if I haven't already. But this time it's about who I want. This time it's not about pleasing anybody else. It's not about doing the most sensible thing. It's about going after what my heart and soul and third eye tell me. And I only read it this way because we have this masculine standing at the end of this corridor, but looking back saying, there's this feminine who holds this torch. There is this path that Libra has always needed to take, which maybe is to just let themselves totally explore true love and a fellow partnership with somebody who's very spiritual, the same way Libra is now that Libra's fully embraced it. To me, this says, I don't even think it really is a choice. I think it's all of this about, Libra saying, which path do I want to take? I think Libra has to stop being sensible, rational, and just say, what do I want? And what do I know to be true? And I think that's what this whole story has been about. Libra has all this liberation in this story. They're identifying who they really are, but there's still this final little thread of them asking themselves, when I make a decision, am I making a decision about like, oh, it would be sensible for me to gravitate toward something that would help me to learn more, and I, have to prove myself more and I become a stronger person? Or do I let myself have the thing that I actually want and keep telling myself I want this life, but I'm still kind of denying myself this? And I think with these two cards, it says Libra's at that point where they're saying, I don't need to prove anything. I need to get the life I really want for once and for all. I'm allowed to pick what I want. I wonder if this Libra has like sacrificed so much in their life. I wonder if they've been somebody who ended up, trapped in other people's, obligations, and making sure that they always, that their family could speak highly of them because, hey, our son or daughter did just the things that we approved of. I'm wondering if Libra ended up taking on other people's burdens, suppressing their own identity to a certain extent in order to accommodate others, to be the good, son or daughter, or the person who followed the rules and did everything so that other people could have comfort, peace of mind, success. And this is finally them saying it's not about everybody else's peace of mind and comfort and success. It's about Libra's own life now. I think this is a very strong Libra who has a very powerful backbone, but they have definitely acquiesced a lot in their life so that other people could be more comfortable than they themselves have been. And this is the Libra saying, no more. Now it's about me learning how to say, I get to pick what I truly know is right for me. And this Libra has known for a long time what's actually right for them, what they actually want. It's just a matter of permitting themselves to have it. That's really awesome. I feel like they are going to finally end up in the love story that they want to be in. They're going to marry the person they want, whether it's taboo or not, doesn't matter. They're going to have the lover that they want in their life. They're going to live the life that they want to live. Doesn't matter if anybody else accepts them for it, or, if they're ostracized for it. This is Libra saying, it doesn't matter anymore what anybody else thinks. It's not my lookout to make sure everybody else is content. It's my time to make sure I'm actually content. Super, like, this is not selfish at all. Or if it is, let's put it this way. It sounds like the right kind of selfish, because I'm thinking that this is a Libra who for far too long made sure everybody else got what they needed. And Libra was the last person on the list that Libra would consider about needs. I'm picturing somebody who would like work, and give up their lunch breaks so that other coworkers could always get their breaks. Libra would, be exhausted, but they'd still come in and work an extra shift or stay late because, hey, somebody else told me that they really needed the time, or I could see they were struggling that day. So sure, I'll take one for the team. Sure, that family members, I'm exhausted. I just got done working 86 hours this week to cover for everybody else, but now family wants me to be there and drive them to the airport and host a party and be at the party and stay late and help clean up. And even though I'm on 3 hours of sleep in the last 72 hours, sure, I should do that. I'm feeling like that's the kind of Libra we've been talking about. And finally, this Libra is like, no, at the detriment and the loss of everything that I've ever wanted, I gave to others. Now, finally, I'm not going to do that anymore. This heart chakra with the Four of Wands, Libra, I do feel like Libra never got to marry the person that they wanted to. And I still feel they're going to live in the city that they want to live in. By the way, I always think of this as Seattle, the Emerald City that we see out there. But it doesn't have to be that. It's just that my brain always goes there. But again, I'm a West Coaster, so you got to understand those are my reference points, right? I've traveled a lot, but I've always been, I was born and raised in the West. So those things, are familiar stomping grounds for me. But this just looks so, cities that rain a lot also look really clean. And I'm just feeling like there's this cleansing rain or something. I don't know if Libra is literally wanting to move to an area where there's just like more greenery, if the love story that they want to have, where their heart's going to blossom. They're very much heart chakra oriented right now. This Libra is finally going to go get what their heart wants. And I do feel, because this can be a card of marriage as much as alignment of things that are genuinely right for us and for our heart, I definitely feel like Libra is just, they're all in. They're going after what they want for the first time in their lives. And I am so here for them. I am cheering them on. I am like standing on the sidelines watching a marathon runner cross the finish line. Like that's how I feel for this character. I'm so happy for this character. They deserve to get the happiness that they have, I'm going to say, have been denied their whole life. So very different storyline on this. It's been, I just got started on the next series for this week. My goal is to actually still get 2 more videos out for each zodiac, because I still want to address the bus in the background. Right now we're working on timeline, what's going on and what's coming in, what is it time for, but I still want to get to a bus message as well, because we got that double-decker bus behind me. So stay tuned. You guys, thank you so much. Bruce Reed, hi sweetheart. That's amazing. Bruce, I love it. You have the post-surgical recovery bucket list. That is so wonderful, honey. Take good care of that shoulder. When are you scheduled for that? I know you said it's a total shoulder reconstruction, right? I'm cheering for you also and sending you really swift healing vibes. Delinda, hi babe. Cynthia, awesome to see you. Delinda, we did do an Ophiuchus video last night. Oh, Bruce, that's awesome. All right. So the 15th, that's coming right up. All right. I will do some extra good positive thoughts for you on the 15th. You better believe it. Moonlight Shadow. So awesome to see you, babe. Cynthia, your angel. Thank you. Thank you so much, Delinda. Thank you for giving this video a thumbs up, you guys. I cannot tell you how important that is on all videos. Not just on my channel, but any channel that you are watching the free content of, that little thumbs up button and subscribing. Those 2 things are, of course, free. It takes a split second to hit the buttons, but it does actually really help channels to exist. In fact, without that free support, YouTube doesn't circulate the videos and then your channel doesn't exist. So I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that. And I'm positive that every other content creator out there also really appreciates it. So thank you guys. I don't say thank you enough for that. Chrissy, hi. Shout out to you in London, my dear. That's so awesome. Libra Light, hi. Hey, V. Mike, thanks for being here. Steph Love, awesome to catch you. Esoteric M. G, hey, darling. Love that. I love that, Cynthia. Spiritual anthologist, awesome to see you. Thanks again, V. Yes, Delinda, so true. Yeah. Jaguars are strong protection. Yeah. Hi, Irene. Nice to see you. T, thanks for popping by. Roxanne, awesome to catch you. I love that you put the dolphin in there. Thank you again, you guys. Yeah, Moonlight Shadow. Yeah, my biological father, born and raised in Bermondsey, so right there in London. So it was kind of cool for me to go back and walk through the region, and yeah, I have some pretty strong ties to London. So anyway, I don't have any family still there, so it's really just on my father's side, but still it was nice to go and just kind of stroll around and sit down at a pub. I think I went to the St. George pub. It's like very like Tudor style, white with the really beautiful Tudor style. It felt very like historic. Hi, Penny. Sorry I missed you there. All right, you guys. Chrissy is so amazing. Annie S, is it really? That's so awesome. That's so awesome. Yeah, I really so one of the times that I was in London, I spent like, oh my God, I got so absorbed in the Royal Observatory also. Oh my gosh. And it's just amazing. Go to the Flamsteed House. There's so much amazing history there. I thoroughly enjoyed my time, but I had imagined that I would stroll through the Portobello and all that. And instead I ended up staying like pretty much all day between Bermondsey and then up at the Royal Observatory and Flamsteed House, and just amazing to, you know, there's a lot of history there, and museums and such. So I had a really great time, and it was nice also just to see some of the British Museum was amazing, and see the Rosetta Stone, and so yeah, I had a great time. Chrissy, you're so amazing. Thank you, babe. I'm sure there's so much that I missed. A local guide would be incredible. Bruce, did you love London also? Yeah. Yeah, it's really amazing. Oh, Bath was incredible. I did take a trip out to Bath as well. Steph Love, that's so awesome. Very cool. Oh, Caitlin B, I would love to go to Hungary. That had been on my list for some time, actually. And it was like I had tried to squish anytime, it's a big distance, right? If you're going to travel from the US, we're a huge country. And so if you're going to travel, especially from like the West Coast and get into like Europe, I would always try to see as much as I could on any one trip, because it's like, it's expensive and time consuming and all of that to go from the West Coast all the way over. So I would always try to see like at least 3 to 5 countries if I possibly could. But then it also means I don't get to do justice to each country, and because I don't have quite enough time to squish everything in. But I would always try to do as much as I could. But Hungary was on my list multiple times, and I just could never quite make it happen. So I have lots more to see. I would love to see every place on earth, honestly. And thank you guys so much. It makes me so happy to know that we are all like it's such a great community that I get to connect with people all around the world. And I haven't actually traveled since I got Aries. He's 4 now. And he kind of like clipped my wings a little bit, because I had to wait for him to kind of grow up a little bit so that then he would be able to fly and not be too super disruptive. But it's significantly harder, and I would not leave him. He would have to go. So Aries has to have a doggy passport and everything. So I haven't been outside of the US since I got my boy. And I'm fine with the trade-off, but I certainly am hungry to show him the world. You guys are so awesome. Oh, how nice, Annie is. That's the British countryside is magnificent. You guys, lots of love, and thank you for taking my mind back to such lovely romps that I've had around the globe. It makes me so happy, and I'm so honored that you guys are here and that we have like a nice international vibe here. It's so important to me that's how my channel feels. Yale Reuben, you angel. Oh my gosh, Yale. Thank you, babe. Yale just gifted 5 memberships. Caitlin B, Kim Pruitt, Sage and Stardust, Sabrina, and Pam Roberts. You guys are all members now, courtesy of Yale Rubin. So what that means, of course, you guys, is that you can click on the playlist that is called Members, and you'll notice that every Monday I go live and I do a members video. In that members video, I always explain to you guys kind of what goes on in the members corner. So you guys don't miss out on chances. Like every week I pick a winner and do a storytelling. If it's your birth month, also let me know, and I do a little birthday card pull for you in that month. Also, once a month, I go live for 2 hours in a closed session, and it's just open to members, and we do storytellings just for members. So we haven't slated that yet for this month. That'll still be coming. We haven't done it yet for September. So anyway, welcome, you guys. And I just don't want you guys to miss out on anything. So also, you guys get to vote on the topics each week, which I'll be posting a members only post, so you guys can start voting on that for next Monday. So yeah, really nice. Yale, you angel. Yale, please know if you'd like to call in a little card pull right now, I will be happy to do that for you if you want to keep it in your back pocket. If you ever type the word card, I'll pull 3 cards for you to say thank you so much for your amazing support. You are always gifting memberships, Yale, to others, and I just want to be able to say thank you to you. Thank you so much. Annie S., I did not forget our Capricorn bonus. Don't worry. We will definitely get to our Capricorn bonus. Moonlight Shadow, one story you described in London had an exact courtyard. Oh, that's so awesome. That was described in West London. Very cool. You know, it's cute because I got, where is the deck? It's sitting here. I have a really awesome deck that I bought from England not too long ago. Oh, right here. And this particular deck is like, oh my gosh, so many of, there's a lot of international imagery in this, but then there's also some decidedly, English, British, images that I like totally take me back to London and other places around the world. We have a very decidedly like little British flavor to it. And I was like, oh, that's such a fun deck. Really beautiful, beautiful artwork. Yell, Ruben. Okay, baby. I'll keep you in mind. Oh, yes, the Hyde Park card. Yes, in the Aquarius story. You guys are so awesome. I love the fact that you noted that. All right, everybody, have such a great day. I will see you again in the Capricorn bonus. Tonight, we'll do a single storyline as well and probably a couple more zodiacs. I'll be gone in the middle of the day here, but I think, let's see, it's noon. I think we'll do a Capricorn video right now. All right, you guys, take care. Lots of love. Bye.